the Yashica's 35cc. Well, the quality is relatively bad. I feel dirty, but the lens is not bad. This is a 35mm 1.8 lens. Now what about a 35mm 1.8 lens? It's also more expensive, right? I picked this out of the trash. You can see that you bought it for 550 yuan. No, there's no battery cover. So this doesn't work at all. $25, less than 30 bucks. We take the head off, then play a little transfer. So the first step, you have to peel off the front skin of its face. Do not remove it directly from the lens. Because of this side shaft, it has a lot of design. What is it? It's a lens. So the lens and lens plate are glued together. And then when it's over, after you remove the screws on both sides, the whole lens and lens plate can be removed. Then remove it from the back mouth. This lens plate, just a set of screwdrivers. It has a bottle mouth. There is this cross. The cross is used to screw the mouth of the bottle. You see, tilt the skin up through this rim gap. And then, hey, slowly tear it off because I turbo skins. You can see it has 4 screws on this lens plate. But in fact, you should not be able to take it off directly after unloading. The top cover is also stuck with a lens plate and bottom cover. But the bottom cover and top cover are also very simple to disassemble. Take the screw off and then the top cover too. There are screws in the top cover this way and here. Wait a minute, I will teach you how to take this axis and how to take this flattening axis off. Now I removed the 3 screws of the top cover. Then let's teach us how to get it. You just have to pull it out. This way it will pop open the back cover. After popping open the back cover, it actually has an axis inside it. Push it out and jam the shafts with a screwdriver. Then turn this in the opposite direction. It will spin down after the film. I'm shooting this direction. You turn it upside down, you see, hey, it's coming down. It's very simple. Then there's a push. You can pull it out from below. The top is already unobstructed. Then I want to put this top cover here. Generally speaking, there is a small forceps or 2 sharp things together to turn in this direction. Maybe tighter? You see I've scratched it by yanking it here. But once you pull it loose, you pulled it loose, you can basically rotate with your hands. You see, because the first shot is often tighter. It depends on whether the machine you received is screwed tightly or not. Don't want all these things in there. Then this can be taken off. Well, you can also take this off. Okay, you see it's not blocked here, right? Okay, now only the button here is blocked. This seems to be an obstruction and it's actually connected to this roof. For example, we can do it now. You see, hey, it's off. The top cover is very simple. Inside is the macular mechanism. That's a bit wasteful. We just want to dismantle the head, right? After the middle mirror removed the top cover today, if you look at it, you will find that this lens plate has this iron sheet that stands up. So you don't remove the top cover. You just push it out. Even if you remove these 4 screws, you can't pull it off either. And now you see that the bottom cover should also be partially stuck. So let's take the bottom cover off now. This is extremely simple. Here's a screw. Here's a screw. Okay, let's drop it first. Receive a wave later. Hey, come down. You see now is the whole panel very clear. Just this board. The lens plate is connected to the light colored part of the lens. Unscrew it with 4 screws. The entire lens plate was taken off. Well, sometimes, look at these 4 screws. I'm faced with a problem. He should have finished it that year. Prevent others from disassembling again. He glued it again. So let him say, use this cross. It's very hard to unscrew this little tool. It's very hard to unscrew now. What do you do? Look how I got this off. We inserted it from the side with a bottom mount screwdriver. Go into this position in this gap. And then when you're done, put it on the top. This is because the screw is a screw from the 1960s. So once you top it twice, it gets metal fatigue. It just breaks. You see it's broken inside. In this way, you can directly put it. It's like breaking it off. So it just falls out. Inside, you can see that I didn't unscrew these two screws because it's too deep to unscrew. Just put it on top. It's at the top. And if you look at it, it just comes off. Then expose the innermost part blocked under the panel, the two screws of this lens plate. And the same is true on the left. If these two screws cannot be screwed off, if you don't top it, if you can't see the screw inside, you can't unscrew it. Therefore, these two may also be put it after tilting it up hard. Then go to the top. You can unplug it. You remove the 4 screws inside. And so the lens comes off. You can see that the whole group is taken off, and the back is the film compartment. So the whole mirror group is taken off. Now, you will find the reverse screw. If you don't follow this step to remove the screw, you can't touch it from behind because it has a mask here that is blocking it. Only the circle is exposed. So you will find this board. The lens plate is fixed on the outer ring through these 4 screws. So, and it's glued. We shave off the glue, then take this screw off. You could take this black irregular non-circular lens plate off for it. Remove this circuit board at home because originally it was a machine with an electronic shutter, so you don't need it. Now, this electron is fast. The door is up because you want to change it to a purely physical lens. So remove it, this circuit board. All the wires are also all removed. Take it apart to this step and you will find that, hey, the 35cc version that is not written wide on this one. This board is glued to this focus group. So at this time, you need to put this screw on the focus ring. Here are 3 screws. Hey, take it off. Then this one came loose. And then you can turn this out and see it. Hey, in fact, it can be transferred out. You see, the whole thing turns down. The whole focus ring just comes down. Then we can't throw this away either because the focus ring on your outside is loose now. It actually needs to be fixed to this ring of this brass, then focus on the thread inside. So, hey. But you will find that the brass ring and the black shell on the outside are actually glued together. It should be glued together. Have you studied it now? Turns out it's not glued together. Then this is easy to handle. Because it is glued together, it's hard to take off. You can actually screw this back on. The thread is screwed back again. After screwing to the bottom, hey, you turn the black circle outside. You'll find that the black ring and the yellow brass ring are actually twisted together. So I just keep turning it like this to turn it down. Look, it's a circle of thread on the outside. Well, that turned it around. And then now we're going to take this off again. Reinstall this ring. This is where it rings. What about these 3 holes? The 3 screws are actually stuck on the yellow line. So you reinstall this focus ring with scale. Just do it. Got our lens prototype. Now we've cut all those threads. Then when installing this ring, where do you find it? It has a limit here. You can see, hey, you see when you get stuck on this rod, it's so far away. Go back to 0.8, right? So this location is correct. It's okay. And then when it's over, we put this ring up after getting on. We take it all to the far right infinity, then screw it in. This should be just right. Hey. Now that we have found our location, it has been turned to the end. Now you can see that the 2 threads are completely set together. Already turning right, it stopped moving. Then let's turn this outer ring to this infinity at this time. Now you actually have to go through these 3 screws. Let the outer ring bite the brass. Because now the brass is wireless and has a position, and now there has to be a wireless position on this scale. After biting tightly, the 2 will become 1. When you dial this button, it will move this brass ring. Hey! Move forward and focus. So that's close up. Now, after screwing on this screw, now screw on this, screw to see, hey, if I turn it now, you can see that it's the whole ring moving. When you hit 0.8 and focus. It's actually this ring going backwards, but the fuselage is fixed. So actually push the whole group forward. And there you have it. Close focus and infinity focus. So what's missing from such a lens now? Now, the lens has been taken apart, right? It's very clean. 2 things left. One is, how do you get the rear bayonet onto the fuselage? The other one is that because it's a sideshow lens, so it also has an intercrystalline shutter inside. Can't you pass the light if there's an intercrystal shutter? The image can't pass. So now we're gonna take this crystal room, shutter it off. Oh, what about this machine? It's actually a gear machine. It was a gearbox. It's one with an aperture, so its aperture can be adjusted. You can see the back and back. You look at a 1.8 aperture. This aperture blade can be adjusted from 1.8 to ff16. Then how to remove this shutter blade? We can do it from the front or from the back. In fact, because this lens structure is very simple, it's just the front and the back, and then the middle, the front, and the middle. In the middle of this rear group, there are shutter blades and aperture blades. If you are in front of that, you have to remove this pressure ring. A little more trouble. What about the next words? You will find that the whole rear master has a small card point on it. Generally speaking, as long as this small card point is not turned very tightly, you push and break it with a bottom mouth like this. Look, it's open. You can already turn down. Then this, after you turn it off, you will find that it is a whole group. As soon as you turn this around, immediately you can see the aperture blade and shutter blade. And in fact, you are like my lens. Its middle shot should be the middle group facing. There should be mildew silk just in time for us to turn it around and wipe it. Okay, you see this whole group turning around. Is it directly the wide aperture blade and shutter blade inside? Right? It has some sponges in it that should have been used to prevent light leakage at that time. But we don't need this because we're switching to digital. We clean it up, dump it all. Now take the alcohol paper and wipe it again, because this is between the front group and the back group. When you put it back, after putting it back, if there's this sponge residue in it, anyway, it affects your imaging. Let's look at the air. There's a little bit of mildew here. This is a fungus, like this. I touched it, it just fell off. It's not that particular. You see, a lot has been lost. We first took an alcohol paper and wiped it, and it fell off. Okay, let's take a piece of alcohol paper first. Let's wipe it. Hey, you see it has become very clean. Then wipe it off on this side as well. Then wipe off the water stain with the dry tissue. And it buffers these sponges here and here. Now clean it all up. You can even shave it off a bit with this screwdriver. Because once it's in the back, after you put it back, if you say go again, if slag falls, it lands in the middle of the lens array, you have to drill it down again, right? Because being right in the middle of the mirror affects the image. So you can shave it now. Scrape it like I do. Scrape it off. Then when you're done, wipe it off with alcohol paper. So take a look at this whole hold, huh? Is there no problem, right? It's a little watery. Wait a minute. We'll just wipe it with a dry, wet tissue. Don't put it back first. Then we remove all the residue. Take air and blow it a few more times. I only use a set of screwdrivers for this tutorial now. No other tools were taken. Okay, now how do I remove this shutter blade? In theory, do you want to put this? Let's open this aperture first. Opened to the maximum. You see below this layer of aperture are the shutter blades. In theory, you need to take it apart bit by bit from the year before. After dismantling, then dismantling to the shutter mechanism. And then when you're done, you put this shutter mechanism. It is the cart point of the blade that is removed. But I think that's a bit of a hassle, right, for us. Try to minimize the difficulty for beginners. We are actually very simple because we just want this shutter blade. We don't have it, right? So let's turn it all on now. Aperture wide open. Be careful not to hurt the aperture. The leaf should be fully open. And then we use one of these. You see, we peel it off. We'll push a little bit harder. Did it just open? See if it opens with a little force, doesn't it? Right? Okay. What can we actually do? We can just destroy it. We dial it up directly from this side. Look, hey, it disconnects. You see that? Disconnected. Hey, you see that? Okay, look, we have successfully passed lift up this piece, then tear off half of it first. And I'm going to tip the tips out. Now 2 shutter blades. One piece has already been taken off. The same is true for another piece. You destroy it first. Take this sharp corner. This part is first cut into it. Hey. And now you see this end coming out. The end embedded in it is exposed. Then we push it down this side, or you can dial it, preferably with a pair of tweezers, or have a vise. It's easy to do things at this time. You see, now tear this part off. This part is already exposed. Let's give it another push with a big tug. Hey, look at 2 films. 2. 1 comes down. The lens is complete. Now the light is passing through. Is that okay? Even said, look at my former group. There are also a few small white dots on the back and inside of the front group. The small white dot on the inside of the front group. Now, because of my lens with full aperture, the lens blades have been removed. The aperture shutter blades have been removed. We can directly take alcohol paper to deal with these 2 little white dots again and wipe them. Hey, you see it fell off? You see, there is no problem, right? And where are we now? After wiping, let's verify whether this aperture can be retracted normally. Hey, look. There is no problem with the retraction of the aperture. The shield-shaped aperture 16 all the way to F. Okay, now, after wiping it clean, let's screw this whole back set back on it. Can you use one of these flat mouth screwdrivers to assist? You flatten it with your hand. Don't let it get crooked. Okay, now we're turning back. Look how beautiful this lens is now. The front group didn't move at all, because when you open it from the back, it's a front and back panel. If there's any mold in it, what is it? You see we have moldy silk just now. Just wipe it. It's transparent now, right? The whole thing is transparent. No problem, right? Okay, now there's one more problem to solve. This is the mouth. Let's say I'm going to Sony. How do I transfer to the Sony FE port, right? So there are a couple of options. One solution is that I might have 2 3D printed key. And then there's this one, this side is an F byte. In fact, it is actually on the market now. There are many merchants who have already made this kit. It can be directly embedded. As soon as the screw is screwed, hey, he calculated the flange distance and just put it on. I don't have the kit for this right now. We can start with a Sony 7. Let's push it towards the lens in front of C mode. You can see, hey, you see, in fact, there's a ring in the middle. After adding this kit to the A kit, you can shoot normally. So you get a thin cookie head because the flange distance of the side shaft is short. So there's no big adapter ring in the middle. Very, very thin. The whole thing adds up to such a small SAM head.
Now we can do some camera changes. First, prepare Yashica 35cc side axis camera self-service quick change accessory. This changing accessories is divided into 2 parts, and A accessories and B accessories. There are also 3 fixing screws. It's starting to change its tune now. Focus the lens first. Adjust to the position of infinity. Watch out for a red dot on the accessory. The red dots should be aligned during installation, the red center axis on the lens. Do not mistake the installation direction. Put an accessory on the back end of the lens. The card position should be correct. Pay attention to whether the screw holes are aligned. Then put on the B accessory. There is also a red dot on a B accessory. Align the red dot on an accessory when installing. The red center axis of the lens should be on the same line as the red dot on the A accessory and the red dot on the B accessory. After screwing on the 3 fixing screws, that is, the change of the lens is completed. This is how the lens looks after being changed and how the lens looks when installed on the camera.